Hey guys, good morning. Uh, आज last week I couldn't able to come. Some health issue. So so I received few questions related to IT industry hierarchy. Even though I think I spoken up about that many times in past. But yes, let's discuss from scratch, from fresh, thought process, and then it is important for newcomers, who never work in a kind of established IT industry, where they might be following the ITL process, and then they have very dedicated roles, and they hire, basically they just not have those rules uh, in their organization, but they rigorously follow that roles and positions to fill and then apply on any kind of a project. So the organizations, how that typically, if I want to categorize into two parts, the first part is how these sometimes the organization, they basically um, uh, don't have full hierarchy of the roles in their organization, or when the times come for deployment of the roles in a particular project, they doesn't follow that standards. They just see what is this best way they can make more money, more profit out of the project. So sometimes they merge the roles together, or a person who can wear hat of multiple roles. Example, a BA been asked to perform a testing role as well, a developer asked to perform a DBA role as well, and then full stack developers instead of traditional developers, where a front end developer and back end developer, they having two different roles, but some nowadays they are asking full stack developer who can take care of the front end and back end development together. That's what they would save, that the amount, the money, hiring another resource for the same project. Sometimes in the project they don't have the UI UX role as well. So it is asked to the business analyst or product owner to provide those wireframes, and if they demand even more realistic, wireframes, it means you need to turn up those wireframes into real designs. And how you can do that using these Figma, or any other XORP Pro, where you will be applying the theme of the project, actual logos, the interconnectivity of one screen to different screens. I mean, one page to another page. So, I mean, it will be real navigation of the application before actual application is developed, right? So it depends how the organization rigorously following that standards they need to deploy on any project in order to make the um, uh, smooth execution of the project. And then parallelly also they need to think about the money, the profit they want to make out of that project. Okay, so this is the first category of the organization, where they have the roles, but they don't apply, they don't fill up those roles in a project. Hey Shubham, thanks for joining. But how the second part, how that second part, second kind of category organizations, they follow those very carefully. They will be having a less profit, because they're deploying each and every required role to the dedicated people, rather than asking a one person to work for multiple roles, right? So they might be having a less margin compared to these kind of organization, where they're filling up for one person multiple roles. They might be having some percentage less margin of profit, but the employee satisfaction, their employee satisfaction will be more, because they will do for the job or the responsibilities for that they have been hired in that organization. They will not be asked to do some additional activities beyond their job role. Okay, that's where you will be able to make your work life balance easily. So if you are a business analyst and then there is a separate dedicated tester also there, so you will be responsible to do your work, defining the requirements, creating the user story, etc., or documentation, and then explain those requirements to the team, and then your job is done. Rest of team will go and do the breakup of the stories, and they will create the task. Testing team will create the test cases, and they will be doing the functional testing, regression testing, system integration testing, performance testing, etc., whenever the build will come. Otherwise, this testing role generally in a mid-level organization, or organization who doesn't have that kind of liberty to hire those individual roles in a in a project, or they don't have liberty to deploy that kind of roles in the same project. So it will be a really a tough job for one person to wearing a two different role hats. Okay. So, whenever we choose a company, we should understand how that organization ratings, employee satisfaction, work life balance, etc. When you do this thorough, walk through understanding through Glassdoor, LinkedIn, etc., your different you will be having some friends circle, etc., then you basically should be joining in an organization. Otherwise sometimes it will be a very bad choice for the person to join organization, and then when you join, then you realize, oh, this is all things happening, and then it's not good for you. You're not able to make your work life balance and all that. So yeah, definitely you have to do some kind of exploration about the company before joining. Okay, because both kind of industry available in the market, yes, of course. So now, one more thing, guys, you can do, go and register the Microsoft Azure trainings and learning programs. You just need to go and create and subscribe those the webinars, events, right? And then your interest area. So you will be getting notified about that whenever the webinar happen. I recently participated in the Microsoft Azure data analytics and visualization, how you will use that data and then visualize in a graphical Power BI, etc. So it is very good exposure. But I mean, yeah, so see, webinar doesn't give you full exposure. Only the thing is you will be getting some heads up about the topic, and then most important thing, you will be getting some information, links, videos, documents. Those are very dedicated links you will be receiving when you will be subscribing and you will be attending those webinars. So it will be good. You join those webinars, and then you can explore those topics, the links, and then try to gain the more insights as much as possible without the dedicated trainers, etc. So you can choose, they will be coming up, or you can yourself go to the Microsoft website and then training area, and then you can see upcoming trainings things, and then you can go and subscribe those things, because those are the limited seat. It's not like unlimited, so as the app you will be subscribing those training events, you will be getting a confirmation notification. One of my friend, he also tried to subscribe this data analytics event, but he did late, so he didn't got the chance, he didn't got the confirmation, but yes, I got that, so I attended that session. So this is another very good opportunity, guys, if you have those time based on your convenience, because it will show you the times, and then for the same event it will be scheduling in on multiple days, and then you can choose whichever is suiting to you, which is falling on a weekend or working day, or beyond, or before your working hour start or closer time. Based on that you can choose. So it's a good thing, yeah. And then of course the knowledge, I see, I mean, I seriously, I mean, one life is very less. The kind of knowledge it is spread across everywhere. Yeah, I mean, seriously, I was thinking of. I was not able to grab fully on the different data lakes, data bricks, data warehouse, and then Azure, no code, NoSQL, what do you Cosmos DB, and then within that, how they, how do we collect that data, how we synthesize that data, how we articulate the data in a structured form, and then how we will push it to for a particular tool for data analytics. So I mean, it's very vast. And then when you come to the Azure side, Google is having its own cloud analytics services, the Microsoft is having its own, Azure, AWS is having its own, Oracle is having its own. I mean, it's like sea, so much knowledge is there, so much things to learn. And then I don't know, for me also I think time is very less, day to day work. And then uh, I mean, basically, you will be, if you get fully engaged in these things, then definitely you have to compromise of some of your personal time, you're enjoying with your family, spending time with your parents, in-laws, friend circle, etc., your kids. Otherwise, if you think 1 or 2 year, keep them separate and then focus on these things, I think it's a hell, a lot of things, to learn here, I'm saying here. uh, and then once you learn, then how you will be doing the practice, that's another part. So you need to have all those setups. Even I, in the webinar, I asked this question: how do I can do the practice on the data analytics and whatever you are giving the lessons on that, right? How do I practice? So they have given me link where it's a trial for 60 days, I think. And then I think that's a good part. So you can ask these questions in those webinars, how I can hands on those topics that you are, explaining. Because without hands on and without regular practicing, definitely it will be really impossible to understand and gain fully on those topics. Yeah. Hey Subham, a question. I had a question recently in the just inform you of my B internship. Okay, yeah, that's a good thing. Please do hard. Take the whatever the project they are allocating in the internship. You have to closely. You have to adopt. You have to live that project very seriously. Play your role very dedicatedly in that only. Okay, so which certification should I do in terms of a salary hike or job for future? So yeah, Subham, see, certification, I will suggest go with the safe certification, POPM. That will give you immediate opportunity for such organization who look for a product owner to run their project, and then you need to lead a team. So understanding of those theme, epic capabilities, features, user stories, tasks, this full hierarchy, right? I have a video, you can go and watch that video. I've created a very depth on that, and once you understand these things, so do that certification. It will give you a weightage on your resume, like the subject, and then you have proven certificate also, to showcase you are basically eligible candidate for that role. Okay, so instead of business analyst certification, I will say, um, see, before this agile, scrum, and especially before the safe methodology, um, it was the business analyst certification the IABA provides. But I don't see much usability at this moment of that. Even though if you have time, gain that knowledge, it will tell you the problem. It will improve your problem solving skills, how to handle a big complex enterprise organization, and then they need a software solution. So it definitely it will be having its advantage of going through that those certification. But immediately, if you looking for any certification which can help you in your career in terms of job opportunity plus salary hike, etc., I will suggest, guys, please do for the safe POPM certification. Okay. Hey Gaurav, thanks for joining. Gaurav, sir, can you please tell me something about business analyst in cybersecurity and which company had BA in cybersecurity? I think I responded you, but yes, let me reiterate. So I think you only posted that question in the chat also. Yeah, as a comment. So yeah, cybersecurity. See, cybersecurity altogether a different thing. Where you will be having those capabilities of handling the hardware. These networking hardware, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity means what? Uh, these data is coming from the security tools that you will implement. The third party, what do you call that, security layer, like you install within your VPN and then your internal network. So cyber security basically try to prevent an organization from any external threats that can come from as a virus or as what do you call, different, right, different type of viruses are there, malware. Okay, so it's a basically what if firewall or safe security tools that you will install or integrate with your network, where which is exposing to the outer world. See, and as long as your application is running within the intranet and it is not exposed to the external world, it is all secure. So a lot of government firms, a lot of investigative firms, they still believe to be restricted. They don't expose their data to the client, or neither they will allow the external people to view these data. It is very secure. So all these, criminal cases, right, or it criminal cases mean it could be civil cases or the digital frauds. The agencies which do the investigations or the lawyers, they access those data for their hearings and all that. Those data is very restricted environments. It is not exposed to the external world. So how they, within the intranet security, they also install some firewalls and all that. So how this is how uh, this is how they will manage within the internet. But if it is the internet, it is more a critical scenario where all those, these hackers, these people, who want to trap the data, ransomware, recently it came very and impact the industry very, ransomware, what do you call that, yeah. So how that do, they steal the data and then they say to they make a call, or they notify to the organization, boss, your sensitive data is with us now. If you want those data back, you have to pay this much money. So cyber security comes in this picture, where you will be installing a very strong firewall on the interface, where it is exposing the interaction between with the outer world. So it will be having a very secure keys, very strong password mechanism, authentication, authorization mechanism, that will ensure whoever is accessing your data, your application, they have a very valid login ID, they have a very valid authorization. So and then only you will be allowing them to view or edit or export or delete the managing the data, right? So you are saying, Gaurav, I have a good knowledge about a BA. Good, nice to hear that, and also about cyber security. Very nice. So, it is there any combination job in sex sector? See, not exactly. I mean, see, we have to find out. I don't see. BA with cybersecurity knowledge. No, so that's what, right? Cybersecurity people comes very dedicated. Who comes from the coding, knowledge. They know the architects, enterprise architect level. They know in and out about your system, the potential threats, and they know also how our environment can be secured. You know, from the external or internal threats, security threats. So having this knowledge definitely will add you when you talk in front of a client, when you start discussing about the requirement, when you expose this knowledge to them, they will definitely, it's a value advantage. They will appreciate your knowledge, and you can also be a part of your advisory, security advisory board, where you can also throw the ideas how you can secure your application from external threats, security threats, right? So having this knowledge, it's a good value advantage, but I don't see this is a must have or good to have in the job description. I haven't seen so far. Okay, so if you are, I'm saying cybersecurity is it could be a good pay, a good pay side payer role compared to the business analyst. So if you have depth knowledge about the cybersecurity, go into that, switch into that particular job, role. So that will give you a good package also. A lot of companies, mid-level organizations, see big tier one organization, definitely they will be having a very good infra and all that. They will be handling it very, but mid-level organization, they don't have that much money or to install that very costly infra setup to secure so you can play a major role in that kind of organization and get that real-time experience also, if you haven't. But if you have a real-time experience in the cyber security, then you can apply the similar kind of job in the big organization, tier one organizations as well. So I will suggest you switch into the cybersecurity roles. If you have that knowledge and experience, it will give you a better package and better stability uh, in that area, because those are very specific roles. And people like us, do coming from a graduation simple btech and all that, uh, they don't go into that area. They first choose the either development area, testing area, and then DBA area, the business analyst, product owner. But the cyber security is very secure, very unique, and very cream layer of the job opportunities. So I will suggest to go in that area. Yeah. So yeah. Any question, guys? Otherwise, I have a lot of work. Actually, Holi is coming up, right? So a lot of things have to clean up and all. Any other question, guys? Subham, Gaurav, then we can go and close the today's session. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then let's close this session today, guys. Let's see if we can catch up tomorrow. I will come at the 11 a.m. Otherwise, no. If you have any questions, then ping me. Then based on that topic, I will be picking up that session. Otherwise, I will also think over which what we can discuss in tomorrow call. Okay. If I will come, okay, 11 a.m. Otherwise, yeah, the holy festival and all that, right? Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Have a nice day. Keep learning, keep growing, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye.